In today's video, I'm going to show you the cheapest way for you to start an e-commerce business in Nigeria. We're going to look at tools. We're going to look at the best beginner niches that I believe would give you the highest chance for success. We're going to look at how to work on your costings. I'm going to show you some tips, some hacks that I typically learned the hard way. And hopefully, it will help you on your own journey when it comes to pricing for sales. So when I say tight budget, it's genuinely up to where you are in your current journey. Are you a student? Are you a 9-to-5er? Are you a stay-at-home mom? Are you looking for a job? Are you looking for a business to start because there is no job? Stuff like that. Tight budgets are subjective to you. So if it's 50,000 naira, 100,000 naira, 200,000 naira, there are different ways that you can find value from this video. I've spent a lot of money to learn a lot of costly mistakes, and I really hope that in this particular video I could show you how to avoid those costly mistakes. Okay, good. And then also, I think one thing I've also understood talking to some of you via my DMs, people that pay for calls, things like that, a lot of you just lack that confidence. And maybe the word is not confidence, but maybe that push just to go and seek failure. Like, actually go and seek failure. Failure is how you become better. Failure is how you learn. Failure is how you make money. A lot of people, we're afraid of failure. And I really don't get it. And maybe because of my own circumstances growing up, I had no choice. I had to succeed. I had to find ways to make money, right? And that's why I'm who I am today, that sort of thing. So that's the first thing I probably want to tell you, that you have to actively seek failure and understand that in business, you are likely going to fail before you then begin to succeed, that sort of thing. And when I say fail, it's just like, you're talking to 10 people and none of them will buy. You have to then go and look for that 11th person. That is that 11th person that will buy from you. The first 10 people, that was failure. But you learned how to begin to market your product, how to talk to people, how to build confidence, things like that. So by the time you engage with that 11th person, they bought from you. E-commerce literally stands for electronic commerce. Okay, electronic commerce. Never forget that word, electronic. And what that simply means is whenever you are buying or selling, whether it's a product or a service or a digital product or a physical service or a physical service or a physical product, so far it goes through an electronic channel, so far it goes through a phone, so far it goes through a laptop, so far it goes through the internet, so far it goes through online means and online mediums and online channels, that is e-commerce. That is an electronic commerce. Okay, so I want you to understand that exactly is what we're trying to achieve here. Build a business where people can buy goods and services via the internet, via electronic means, via electronic channels, that sort of thing. Now, when it comes to e-commerce, there's pretty much 5 pillars that you need, 5 foundational pillars that you need for success. Just 5. So the first one is you want to pick a product you can sell and pick a product that people want to buy from you. And I'll give you a very good example. So when I was in school, I used to sell phones. I used to sell, again, most of the phones were BlackBerry. So Bold, my bestseller at the time was Bold 4, Bold 2 and Bold 4. Those were my bestsellers. And then, no, actually Bold 5. So it was Bold 2, Bold 4, Bold 5. Those were the phones that I actually made the most money from, okay? And now, who bought those phones from me? Boys, my fellow hostel mates. So I was selling a product that people wanted to buy from me, and it's a product that I could actually sell because I had access to people that had these phones. So I was at the beginning, I would buy it at a particular price, add my margin on top, and then resell it. That's how I started this particular business, and that model is called product arbitrage. Okay, now you might find a product you want to sell, but you might not find the people that want to buy the product from you. You might find product that people want to buy from you, but you don't enjoy selling that product, right? So you need to find that sweet spot, that middle spot where when it comes to products, you win, your customers win. Because trust me, when you're selling a product that you like, that you also use, that you want to actually sell, it comes out in your energy, it comes out in your communication, it comes out in your persistence when you're trying to force that product. Most times when you hear people say things like, oh, but the product wasn't moving, or I didn't like that particular product, it will reflect in the sales. There are some people that are outliers where they can sell anything. Again, I want to believe I'm some of those people that if you give me anything, I can sell it, because I need, as at that time, even up to now, who am I? Pause. Who am I? But as at that time, I really needed money, right? So I still need money now. Don't get me wrong. I still need money now. Please, if you give me money, I'll collect it. Don't, Malolu. But yes, you get what I mean. So when it comes to products, always think of it like that. I'm just showing you now some data that backs the niches and industries that you should focus on. Okay, so use this data to also make sure that whatever niche or product you decide to focus on, make sure that there is demand for it already. So in terms of the niches for beginners, you have fashion, which is clothes, jewelry, things like that. Again, this is something that, you know, you see me here. I got my calm, not too serious, calm stuff on. You know, they call me 2 Chains sometimes. Don't mind me. I'm just joking around. But then you have beauty. So beauty could be perfume. Beauty could be skincare products. You get what I'm saying? Beauty could be anything. Beauty could be soaps. You know, I think I've told you guys. Well, it depends. If you are new on this channel, you probably don't know this story. But I have very sensitive skin. So because of that, I can only use Dudu Oshun, black soap, or other types of soap like that, right? So someone like me, I buy my soap in bulk, and I buy my soap from a particular type of business or a particular type of people, that sort of thing, right? So that's another niche that, you know, you can definitely get involved in. Food, everybody needs to eat, you know, everybody needs to eat. I had a bakery when I was younger. My mom used to have a bakery as well, so I've always revolved around baking goods. But then there is rice, there's raw food stuff as well, which is also food, you know, things like that. And then home. So for home, you have furniture, which is actually a very, very interesting niche. It's just that it can be expensive to run. Right? Let me not say expensive. Yeah, the word is expensive actually. It might be expensive to run, but it's an interesting niche. You have furniture, you have kitchen products, so you have like air fryer, pot sets, you know, again, kitchen utensils, things like that, right? You find that under home. And then kids. So with kids, you have toys, you have learning materials, you have all those kind of things. These are niches that I believe are fantastic for beginners, right? And then you can also kind of merge niches. So what do I mean by that? For example, kids food, right? That's how we have merged 2 niches. We've merged food and we've merged children. Fashion at home. So work from home fashion. Work from home clothes, sorry, that sort of thing. What I've noticed is, and then you can also tie like pregnant women, there are certain clothes that they like wearing and there are certain products they like using. So it kind of merges with, what's it called? Fashion and kids as well. Okay, so those are the kind of things that you can begin to think of when you're thinking of products you want to work with. Now, don't sell a product based on how much you think the product should be. Please never make that mistake. Never say, oh, this product I'm looking at, it should be 50K. Meanwhile, your cost price is 40K. Your initial cost price is 40K. You know, when you do the math in your head, you might think that, oh, your profit is 10,000 naira, but then there are other costs involved. You have to deliver the product. Is the customer paying for shipping, or you want to cover some of that shipping? You have to advertise the products. Okay, fine. Maybe you're selling to people in your dorm or people in the hostel with you, or your classmates or your work colleagues or people in your community. That's fine. That's okay. So you don't have to pay for delivery. Okay. But what if you have to pay for delivery? What if they're in a different state? You know, all of a sudden, that 50K, that 10K profit is not looking like 10K anymore. You get what I mean? So you want to always know your best price based on the cost price. Okay. And now at the beginning, let's not make things complex. I have a very simple formula you want to use. So SP, which is your selling price, is equals to the product cost plus your delivery cost. Now, let me talk about delivery cost here. So one thing that works very well for me, and this is some of the hacks I said I was going to tell you guys about, that's kind of different from what you would probably see outside and hear from other people. Now, delivery charges are always very expensive. I'll give you an example. So from Ikeja to Ikoyi in Lagos right now, as of last year, July, it was 3,000 naira. Now it's 4,000 naira. Okay? Good. Now, the customer, even though they know that, oh, there's cost, the fuel price is high, all of that. If you come as the business owner and you tell them that, oh, your delivery charge is just 1.5, they notice these things, right? It's all part of that customer psychology that we're talking about. I'm not going to go in depth into that in this particular video. I have a lot of videos on this channel that talk about that, but you know, it's one of those things where the whole point of you doing this e-commerce thing is you want to make sure that the person that is seeing your product online is able to immediately want to patronize you. And one of the ways to do that is for you to lower the cost of shipping. Now, I'm not saying charge them cost of shipping and then cover that cost in your profits. No, that's where your delivery cover comes in. So your delivery cover is how much you're going to add to your price, your selling price. That way you can lower your shipping costs in the long run. And then your ad spend, if you're running ads on Meta or TikTok, whatever it might be, then you have your ad spend. Okay, your desired profits, I always say that you want, at the beginning, you want to have at least 5K as your desired profit, at least, especially, you know, if you are running ads. So let's see your ads is maybe 1,000 naira or 2,000 naira. At least after ads, after delivery cover, hold 5K. Again, I'm guessing that this is your new business, so you need cash. So you can't really sell this at a, you have to move lean. You have to do things scrappy. If your situation wants you to need more money, then let your desired profit be more money. One thing I need you to pay attention to though is the product has to look the price. An example here is the product cost. So the product cost is how much you get it from either your supplier or how much you bought it for. If you bought maybe like 10 pieces or something like that from a distributor. Let's say somebody's selling this particular type of shirts and they're selling maybe 10 of it for 50,000 naira. So that means one is 5K, right? You can buy that 10 for 50K and then you can sell one for maybe 7.5 or 9.5, that sort of thing. Then your delivery cover, again, optional. Yeah, just put 1,000 naira. Ad spend, again, optional, put 1,000 naira. Profit 5K. So that means my selling price is 3.5 plus 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 5,000, which is 10.5. Okay, you understand the math? Very simple math. Now, next up is your delivery system. Now, when it comes to delivery system, there is interstate and intrastate. So intrastate is just basically like again, I give you an earlier example: Ikeja to Ikoyi, Ikoyi to Agungi, Festac to Surulere. That's intrastate. You want to have a delivery partner that you work with that does intrastate deliveries for you. Please, when you're picking delivery partners, try to work with logistics partners. Don't work with riders. Okay? Now, there are some riders that you can work with, because those riders, they then go ahead to become their own logistics business. Like, they have that gumption, they have that understanding. But what I've learned with riders is, it's almost like, and I'm not trying to insult anybody, please, but it's almost like working with artisans. At some point, they just begin to act weird. They just begin to act funny. Like, they'll just go with your product. Like, I'm telling you, I can't tell you how many times this has happened to me. They will just disappear with the product, and then they will stop picking your calls. They will block you, and then you never see that person again. And maybe 3 years down the line, the person will call you about, oh, somebody in their family had an accident, they need 5,000 naira, and then, you know, they are backing on each other or something. Obviously, you can tell that this is a personal story, but you know, just don't deal with drivers. Riders. Try to deal with dispatch partners. Now, there are some riders and drivers you can actually build a relationship with, and then, you know, scale the business. I just hope that you are able to tell. You have the intuition to know which one is which. Okay, but yes, so work with dispatch partner companies for your intrastate deliveries. Then you also want to have interstate deliveries. Now, the reason I'm saying interstate deliveries is because a lot of customers, a lot of people in Nigeria come from the big three, right? Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt. But then you would have a lot of people in Kano, a lot of people in Kaduna, a lot of people in Edo State, a lot of people in Ogun State, a lot of people in Oyo, a lot of people in Akwa Ibom, Uyo, you know. Again, I've sent a product to every state in Nigeria, and this is a humble flex, and I've sold to 6 continents as of now. There's just one more continent I'm just waiting to send the product to, and then I'll just have that on my checklist that I've also sold to all the continents in the world, right? So Have your intrastate and your interstate delivery system set up. Simple search on Instagram. You'll find dispatch companies that have pages. Send them a message on WhatsApp. Begin to engage with them. Speak to them. Don't be rude, but don't be begging. Right? Again, we're doing a business here, so don't be, oh, please can you? You say you be, yeah. Well, I wouldn't say you're a CEO, but you're a business owner. Okay, you're a director. Yes, yeah, that you're actually a director. Okay, so carry your shoulders small. Okay, so yeah, once you understand that, build those relationships. Please, I want you to understand that in business, relationships are very important. Okay, so this is one of those relationships, right? Actually, the relationship you should build, your supplier. So whether you are drop shipping, you are buying from a distributor, whatever it might be, have a very strong relationship with those people. Those people, trust me, you guys will be. See, business is like another form of family. I'm telling you, I don't know how to explain it. And the longer you stay with these people, the more trust you build with them. And then also, as they expand, you expand. As you expand, they expand. There's that rapport as well. Sometimes things also act a bit funny. Some weird stuff will happen. But, God will guide you. God will guide you. That's what I'm going to say. But yeah, business is a relationship sport. Make sure you build a relationship with your suppliers, your retail, your distributor, things like that. Your dispatch partners, build a relationship with them. The dispatch partner I currently work with, the previous digital partner I was working with, his family left the country, so they jackpot, right? They left the country, and he then gave me this other dispatch partner. Because I told him that, see, as you are going, I don't want to go through the stress of going to look for somebody else. You advise who I can work with. Introduced me to this person. At the beginning, person was forming, a certain type of way. But then the longer that we began to work together, they understood how I operate. I understand how they operate. We've been able to build a good relationship for ourselves. And that's it. There's, again, just so you know, with business, there will be problems as well. Just brace yourself for those problems. It's not the end of the world. Don't put your life on the line. Don't put your life on the line and say, oh, because they didn't deliver this product. Oh my God. Relax. Just relax. Okay, we're going to talk about how to handle customers and all that later in this video, but just relax, okay? Next up, you want to set up your marketing channel. Now, when it comes to marketing channel, I want you to do two things. Number one, WhatsApp business. Make sure you have a WhatsApp business account. I told you back then what I had was BBM, right? So what we used to do is I just used to collect pins. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I had two phones. So I had one for my personal people, where my friends, my family, we used to chat on BBM, that one. And then I had another one where I used to get people, I used to have like random people on that one. I would just put like status updates when I had anything to move, things like that, right? So that's how I did it back then. That was my marketing channel. Now the world has evolved. There's no more BBM, right? But a lot of Nigerians use WhatsApp. A lot of your customers ideally would use WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp is number one for me because I know that a lot of my customers, especially in Nigeria, use WhatsApp. Okay, number two is either Instagram or TikTok. Just pick one of those two. And the reason I'm telling you to pick one of those two is because a lot of Nigerians spend their time in either of these channels. Now, when you pick whether it's Instagram or TikTok, I want you to then also pick the ads manager for that platform. So the ads manager is pretty much a tool that you would use to promote your products or services using Meta ads or TikTok ads. Please, it is very, very important. We call it paid social in the e-commerce industry. Please, it is very important that you have this set up for your business, okay? For Meta, I have a video that shows you how to set it up for Facebook, Instagram, things like that. For TikTok ads manager, I'm working on it. Now, when it comes to picking platforms, pick platforms that, number one, your customers can buy from. Pick platforms that your customers can buy from. Also pick a platform that you can manage. Don't pick a platform that you have to go and watch like 50 different YouTube videos to learn how to use it. Please, Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not against watching YouTube videos. When I started my first e-commerce store, I used to make a lot of YouTube videos. The reason why I'm on YouTube is because I had to learn the hard way. A lot of these international e-commerce businesses, they did not make content that was relevant to the Nigerian audience or even the African audience. That's what I'm trying to fix right now. Okay. So I say all this to say, when you're picking your own sales channel, your own, CMS platform, which stands for content management system platform, or your own website builder, whatever you want to call it, pick something that your customers use and pick something you can manage. Okay. Good. Now, tip, make sure you pick a platform that allows or accepts Meta pixel integration. Okay. And doesn't even TikTok, Meta or TikTok pixel integration. What am I talking about? Now, a pixel is a piece of code that you get from the back end of your ads manager, whether it's Meta or TikTok, and then you put it inside your website. And what it does is anybody that comes on your website, anybody that comes to your website, right? Anybody that comes to your website and they do any sort of like activity or action on the website, they click on a page, they add to cart, they abandon the cart, whatever it might be. When they leave, your pixel will record that data. Your pixel will record that action that they've taken. And then if you're running ads, it will begin to pursue those people wherever they go. Now, let's move on to common mistakes that beginners actually make. The first one is a lot of people give up too soon, or they actually give up too late. What do I mean by that? You started your business, you started selling the product, you tried to sell the product within 3 weeks, you didn't make any sale, nobody answered you. You said this is a bad idea, e-commerce is useless, e-commerce is a scam, we're not doing it again. That's you giving up too soon. You give up too late. You've pushed the product, you've promoted the product, you've run ads, nobody's buying. Or even if people are buying, they're asking you for discounts or they are wasting your time. Your ads are not converting properly. You're running ads, nobody's visiting your website. Even if they visit your website, your bounce rate is very, very high. Things like that. You have seen all of this happen and it's taking you 9 months. You then decide to quit on the 10th month. That this e-commerce thing is a scam. This e-commerce thing is not true. This e-commerce thing is not for me. This e-commerce thing is difficult. Please, you have also waited too long to give up or to move on to something else. I want you to understand that what I showed you earlier, remember I showed you the early days, how many businesses I started in the space of 10 years. See, some of those businesses, some of those businesses ran for like 2 months, while some ran for as much as 3 years, right? You need to understand that this is a game where you're just testing to see what works. Once you find what works, you then scale up. Once you find it's not working, you pivot, you switch. Number 2, you're not building a brand. So basically, you're just posting something online. You didn't give it a name. You have no story why you're selling the product. You have no logo. You're just a reseller. You're an affiliate marketer at that point. You're just a middleman, right? You need to tell a story. You need to build this thing around you. And that's how you actually scale. And now this one is a bit tricky, but poor customer service. So, hi, I saw this thing. I saw you are running ads on this thing. I saw this thing on Facebook. I saw this on Instagram. Do you have it available? What size is available? You say, yes, size 12. No. Who do you think you are? You must, hi, thank you for so and so. Trust you are doing well. Yes, we have this available. What size are you looking for? Or yes, we have this available. These are the sizes we have. Just so I know, where are you looking to get this delivered to? Maybe I can give you an idea of possible timelines. Have great customer service. Take them on a journey. If possible, call them, send them a voice note. When you are starting, you have to be different. When you are starting, you have to be unique. When you are starting, you have to stand out. When you are starting, you have to go the extra mile. You can't be basic. You can't just do what everybody else is doing, or do worse than what people are doing. Who do you think you are? Relax. So this is something that is very, very important. Now, what I have, my own personal SLA, because again, I'm a very busy man, is I will respond to you within 2 to 3 hours. Okay? The guys that I work with, all my boys, they will respond to you. Okay? They will respond to you within 2 to 3 hours. If nobody responds to you within 2 to 3 hours, you are talking to us during our closing hours. It's just that simple. And then when they resume, they will get back to you. you can always escalate to me. I'm always at the back. I'm always at the back where if they need to escalate any big issues, they can escalate it to me. But most times, just at the beginning, at the beginning, it's just you, by the way. So just have an SLA, right? Have an SLA, 2-3 hours, you are fine. Okay. This is where WhatsApp business also comes in. They'll send you a WhatsApp business message. If you are very busy, just send them a voice note. The fact that you can even send somebody a voice note, again, going back to that human psychology we spoke about earlier, they would look at you differently and believe that you are a legitimate business because you are not afraid to send them a voice note to explain what's really going on. This is another one. It's a bit controversial, but I have to say what it is. I genuinely do not believe selling to family and friends. I actively stay away from selling to my family and friends. Like most times, other people are the ones that promote my products and services to family and friends. I never promote it because when I started the business, you are not my target customer. I did not have you in mind when I was starting this business. Because if you start business and you are only planning to patronize your family and friends, I genuinely hope that they are billionaires and your business is the billionaire market, so that few sales would also make you profitable, if that makes any sense. Because if you start business and you're just thinking of catering to your family and friends, you will not be profitable. I'm telling you, it's not a cost. It's not. I'm not abusing you. I'm not making fun of you. I'm not insulting you. I'm telling you the truth. If you're starting a business and it's catering to just your family and friends, you will not be profitable. You will not be profitable. If you fight with them, uncle, they will not work with you again. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's just too messy. It's just too messy. So always go for a wider market. Always go for a wider audience. Always have that at the back of your mind that, okay, you know what? This business is for this group of people, a wide group of people, that sort of thing. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't use your family. Use is not the right word. I'm not saying that your family and friends should not patronize your business. When you're trying to build your content, when you're trying to, get feedback, it would be good for them to, for you to involve them in those things. But in the long run, make sure you have a wider audience to target. Okay? Zero or poor record keeping. I can't even. Again, let's imagine that you started your business. How do you know what's selling well? How do you know what product is selling well? Let's say you run multiple promotions. How do you know which promotion is working well? How do you know which ad is working well? How do you know which budget you should use for a particular ad? How do you know which period a particular product sells well? I told you that my bestseller was Bold 5. After Bold 5, it was Bold 2. After Bold 2 was Bold 4. The gap between Bold 2 and Bold 4 was not a lot. Those were my best sellers. Mind you, I also used to sell PSP. I used to sell MP3 player. I used to sell Discman. I used to sell Cov 2. I used to sell Touch. I started selling Nokia. It was a terrible market. That thing did not move at all. I started selling laptops as well. So imagine I was selling all these different things. And I was now, maybe, again, because I told you it was product arbitrage, I was now focusing on stocking more of the things that weren't moving versus the things that were moving. I would just, I'll be a gunner, right? So that's why record keeping is very important. Again, simple Excel sheet or Google sheet, this is the product that was sold. We bought it at this price. We sold it at this price. This is how much we spent on ads. We ran ads for 30 days. This is the sales that we got. This is how much we spent per day on ads. This was the return on investment. Those are the little things you begin to pay attention to. And as you grow in business, you learn more in business. So you become better positioned, and you just naturally begin to become more successful. Remember, I told you earlier, don't be scared of failure. Don't be afraid of failure. It is through failure that you learn all these things. It is through failure that you become successful. You can't just go inside somewhere and become no. The most important question that you're probably asking me now is, okay, where do I now find products? I have 2 particular videos that I suggest you watch. This one here talks about where you can find low competition products that you can start selling now. I talk about where to source the products, different ways to source the products. I even have a downloadable resource that you can get access to if you want to. This particular one is a dropshipping course that talks about how to get started with dropshipping. Also talks about where to find products and how the pricing works and how to design a dropshipping store from scratch, an actual dropshipping store. So You can go and watch any of these videos and you will learn more.